Ramon.
We have to lock the board. Hold on 1 second. Raymond.
All right, no problem. Thank you, Ramon. Thank you
right.
so much for blessing my spirit. Thank you, Ramon, for blessing my spirit. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation, Amir. Thank you, treasure servants. Recovery by any means necessary. I got a timer somewhere. Where's my timer at? Let me know where the timer is at. All right. All right. I'll look for the timer. Somebody let me know when I got 5 minutes left, please. Yes, my 2 dogs are playing. Right. We rescued 2 dogs over here. So they're having fun playing. So they might want to share during my share. So please be patient. So the topic is by any means necessary. So recovery by any means necessary. And I was just really blessed by the speaker before me. We have differences, we different degree of sickness and ready recovery. We have different experiences. Somebody said that we came in on different ships, but today we're in the same boat, and diversity is our strength. And I'm a New Eurekan, right? My family's from Puerto Rico. I'm from New York, so I'm a New Eurekan. So I'm too New York to be all Puerto Rican, and I'm too Puerto Rican to be all New York. So I'm a New Eurekan, and I got clean young. I got clean as a teenager. So let me just start by saying I would use drugs by any means necessary, right? So I know what by any means necessary means. That means that I would get up and I would go out, and there's gonna be 3 things that are gonna happen. I'm gonna be in jail in 30 minutes. I'm going to be dead, or I'm going to have some drugs, right? So I don't need money. I don't need, you could drop me in a country that I don't know the language. I've never been there before. And I'm going to find drugs by any means necessary, right? I'm a drug addict. I live to use, and I used to live. And I was a slave to my addiction. So I know what it is to chase and pursue and be relentless in my pursuit. And climb mountains and travel miles and just by any means necessary, I'm gonna use drugs. And so I understood that. I understood the whole idea of the obsession and compulsion. And I came to Narcotics Anonymous. I did not know about recovery. I did not know about the 12 steps. I didn't know about spirituality. All I knew is that I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. All right. I was sick and tired of going to jail. I was sick and tired of my mother crying. I was sick and tired of being on a run for days and weeks and not taking care of my hygiene. And I ended up all messed up. And so I was sick and tired of the consequences. I don't know if I want to stop using drugs, right? Drugs was like my solution to my problem, even though I entered hell. But I was tired of the consequences of using drugs. And so I ended up H&I. Thank God for H&I. I was in an institution, and H&I came up, and I heard the message. I heard another drug addict tell his story, and hope exploded in my heart that day when H&I came up. I knew that day that there was a place. The guy was saying there was an NA addicts from all over the world are getting clean, staying clean, and finding new ways to live. The obsession is being lifted. And I heard about the miracle of recovery. And they told me to make a meeting when I get out of the institution I was in. I came home from the institution December 24th, 1990. I made my first meeting on my own, December 24th, 1990. I made a meeting. I raised my hand. They said, listen, get to the meeting. He said, get to the meeting. Before you I used to have beautiful hair. Before you cut your hair, before you go eat nice food, before you go see your girlfriend, before you go get laid, before you do whatever, they said, go make a meeting. And I made a meeting. And I began my journey. And I relapsed after several, months clean. I didn't get this the first go around. I relapsed before this. I relapsed after, my clean date, the last time I used drugs is February 27th, 1991. So my clean date is February 28th, 1991. I came back from my relapse February 28th, my last relapse, February 20th, 1991. And I had a gift called desperation, the gift of desperation. And I was willing to do whatever they told me to do. And so I began to make meetings. They told me make a lot of meetings, and meeting makers make meetings, more meetings. They told me meetings. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you want to stop going to jail, Raymond, and you want to stop making your mother suffer, and you want to stop, you got to make meetings. This is simple. It's not rocket science. It's not, did you use drugs every day? Yes, I use drugs every day. Okay, so make a meeting every day. That's simple. Right? It's not complicated. And so they said, listen, if you don't pick it up, you can't get high. Stay away from people, places, and things. The people you use with, the places you use at. And, they said, listen, if you want what we have to offer and are willing to make the effort, willing effort. If you want what we have to offer and are willing to make the effort, then this is what you got to do, Ray. And so I made meetings. I no stories, no nothing. I learned how to become a meeting maker. I learned how to get clean feet or smart feet or whatever you want to call it. I learned how to make meetings. When I got clean right where I used. So I used with my sisters, and they were using, and I didn't have no place to go. There was nothing, so I had to get up, brush my teeth, and run out the house. Come home late at night and go to sleep. Then get up in the morning, brush my teeth, and run out that was it. I couldn't stay in my house for too long. All right, I couldn't stay because my house people were using. I had to get out of there. I had to run. My family were, they were using, and so okay. So they told me, listen, it doesn't. If that's your reality, then that's your reality. Don't pick it up. Get out of there. Run out of there. Use the phone. Use the tools. Take literature with you. Call other addicts. And I began, instead of picking up the drugs, I picked up the tools they gave me. I used the phone. All right. So I got clean. February 28th, 1991 is my clean date. I made a lot of meetings. It's important to me. They told me that you're going to get out of this program what you put into the program. And they know that addicts are a little bit delusional, just a little bit. And we expect the rewards of hard work without doing the labor, right? That's part of our literature. And so they said, you got to make meetings. So I made meetings. Then, of course, I heard it. When you go to meetings, you hear things. Oh, they hear service. Oh, you need service. Service puts you in the center so you don't fall off the edges. They get a commitment. Coffee, the coffee guy don't get high. The coffee guy don't get high. I heard that. Okay, so I made coffee. They said, you got to make coffee. Come early, make coffee. I came early. And little by little, I began to learn that there are suggestions that I have to learn how to take if I want to stay clean. All the suggestions in Narcotics Anonymous are free. All the suggestions are free. The only ones you have to pay for are the ones that you don't take. All right. So I had to learn how to take suggestions. There's experienced members. They know how to stay clean. They're staying clean. Raymond talked about there's people here clean for many years. If I just follow the lead. I took suggestions when I was using. I took suggestions when I was in jail. They said, listen, don't you're smoking it wrong. You're burning it. You're doing it wrong. I took suggestions. Right? So now I take suggestions. By any means necessary. Do whatever it takes. Use the same tenacity. Use that same energy. Use that same hunger for recovery now. Chase your recovery like you chase your drugs. I was like, wow, okay, I had to learn, common sense for me is not a common thing. All right. I had to learn common sense. I had to learn you got to show up to grow up. You got to show up to grow. I had to learn, and so I made a lot of meetings. I got a lot of, Monday, I was a secretary. Tuesday, I was a coffee guy. Wednesday, I got involved in service. Like I got involved with my addiction. I threw myself into the recovery process. I did what they told me to do. Now, I wasn't perfect. I'm new. I'm crazy. I'm bugged out. I got issues. My issues got issues, but I'm clean and I'm making meetings. And I'm starting to learn how to take suggestions. I'm learning. It's a process. Some people it's slower. Some people faster. It took, I learned how to make meetings, don't pick up, and do service. Don't pick up, make meetings, do service. Do service, make meetings, don't pick up. I learned I could do those three things. Don't pick up, make meetings, and I did that. And so after being clean for a while, right, I realized, right, that you can be free from the drugs, but it doesn't mean you're free from the disease of addiction. Okay? You can be free from the drugs, but not free from the disease of addiction. And Raymond talked about, the anger and lust and gambling and shopping. And, there's so many other things that I didn't know that I was substituting one symptom of my disease for another symptom. I didn't know about that. And you learn that I have one disease, many symptoms. I'm learning, I just lost, I recently lost like 90 pounds, but I was up to 270 pounds, sugar and eating and donuts and coffee and ice cream. And, I never had a problem. I came here, I was 115 pounds, right? I never had a problem with food before. 20 years clean. Now I'm eating like I was smoking, right? I'm eating like I was smoking. I didn't know. I was like, I like donuts. Man, I didn't know until now you got a stroke. Now you got diabetes. Now you got this. Now you got, you know how it is. And so, but I just lost a lot of weight and, one day at a time. But I didn't understand that this disease is not going nowhere. Raymond talked about it, right? I'm drug free. I'm not drug proof. You understand? I'm drug free. I'm not drug proof. I got a disease that's not going nowhere. And no matter how many meetings I make, no matter how much service I've done, I'm clean. All my 20s, all my 30s, all my 40s. Now I'm in my 50s. I'm clean. I'm clean a long time. I wake up every morning. Every morning I wake up with an untreated illness. Every morning I wake up with an untreated illness. I got to treat my disease today. I got to surrender today. I got to make a meeting today. I got to readjust for today. I got to call my, I got to continue. If you've been clean for a while, one of the most important words is continue in the 10th step. Continue to make meetings. Continue to be sponsorable. Continue to do service. Continue to be visible. And, I got to continue to do the things that got me free so I can stay free. You understand? And listen, I know this very well. Addicts like me, okay, addicts like me, we are the only people in the world that find something that works and go do something else. All right. NA works and we do recover for the first time in man's entire history. A simple way has proven itself, and we want to go do everything else except for this. I understand that. Right? I want to go breathe. I want to go to the retreat. I want to go there. But I don't want to do steps. Right? So, okay. So I realized after being clean and crazy in New York, they say Raymond is nuts. He's nuts. You know what nuts stands for in New York? NUTS. Not using the steps. Raymond is nuts. He's not using the steps. He's bugged. He's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You know what I mean? And so you could be doing a lot of service, but be crazy in service, right? You could be doing a lot of service, but you're arguing with everybody in your home, So I needed to learn that abstinence is an incredible gift. Abstinence is a miracle. I don't want to downplay abstinence in any way, shape, or form, all right? But abstinence is not the show. Abstinence is the ticket to the show. You understand? Abstinence gives me access to go and begin a new way of life. The message of NA is that any addict from India, from Pakistan, from Sweden, from East Africa, from South Africa, from Brooklyn, New York, from Norway, from London, England, from any addict can stop using drugs. It doesn't matter what drugs you use. From A to Z. And New York, we're quick talking. From A to Z, from alcohol to Xanax, even though we know Xanax don't start with a Z, all right? But no matter what drugs you use, you can stop using drugs. Lose the desire, the obsession. If you're an addict, that obsession. Let's get high. Let's go do one. It'll be different. Let's go. When it's on you, when that monster is on you in your head, yelling at you, and that thing one day, one of the greatest miracles that ever happened to me, the obsession left me. I don't, it just is. I came home one day and I realized, wow, it's gone. That haunting, tormenting obsession, ongoing thoughts was gone. And that's the second part of the message. The third part is that we can find a new way of life. And how do we find a new way of life? Raymond said it. The 12 in NA, the 12 steps, right? How it works, the 12 steps. I wish there was a 3 steps or 2 steps or 1 step, or I can go to that convention and hear that speaker or have that sponsor. And no, if I want what NA has to offer, now I want to say this. For many years, I did not know what NA had to offer. It's possible to be in NA for years and not know what NA has to offer. Okay, it's not just abstinence from drugs. That's not. That's more. That's now. Don't get. I want to reiterate this. I came to NA because I had a drug problem. All right. I wanted to stop using drugs, but what I found out is that if Raymond just stops using drugs and doesn't work the program, he'll use drugs again. All right. Abstinence is not enough. You understand? I have to recover. Recovery is about change through the 12 steps, and it's an individual and personal journey for everyone. It don't got to be like me. I don't got to be like Amir. I don't got to be like Trish. I got my journey of the 12 steps, and I'm going to unfold in my recovery. I'm going to go through my individual and personal journey of recovery. It might take me 30 years to do what you did in 5 years. I might not understand what you understand. I got to keep coming back, and I got to enjoy the journey. I'm not using drugs today. I got these 2 beautiful dogs, right? I love I saw a shirt the other day. We don't deserve dogs. You know what I mean? Like these, I love these dogs. I got a wife. I couldn't even keep a girlfriend. Now I got a wife. You know what I mean? I was too insecure and too neurotic and too crazy. And who you been with? And what are you thinking about? And you know, all this crazy, insecure. Oh, I'm going crazy on the inside. I couldn't keep a girlfriend. Now I got a wife. I did some step work. I found recovery by any means necessary. Do the steps, Raymond. I'm afraid. Yeah, do it afraid. Do it afraid. You're afraid? Good. Do it afraid. Oh, there's a monster inside. Get the monster out. He's killing you on the inside. Get him out. You know, and it wasn't a monster. I have issues. So doing the work, doing the step work with a sponsor, talking about what I'm going through, digging into my past, finding a relationship with a higher power. God loves me. I used to, I don't want God. I don't want religion. I don't want God. I don't want. Listen, the right to God in NA is total and without any catches. You don't have to believe nothing you don't want to believe. You don't got to do nothing you don't want to do. There's a loving God in Narcotics Anonymous, an ultimate authority, right? He's loving, caring, loving and caring. You know what loving and caring means? I don't know if you ever looked up those words, but those are very powerful words, loving and caring. I looked them up, right? I looked them up because I wanted to know, is this a trap? What's going on here? You know, what they trying to do to me? You know, loving and caring are beautiful words. God has a special affection for me. God cares about me. God knows me. He's not mad at me. He loves me so much. He brought me to Narcotics Anonymous, an incredible worldwide fellowship of people who know how I think, and they know that I'm a little bit bugged out, and they know that I got issues, and they know that I'm resistant to change, and they know that I got insecurities, and I might be a narcissist, and I got issues with authority, and I don't like people telling me. An incredible fellowship. An incredible fellowship where the literature, the basic text, it works how and why just for today. The step working guide, guiding principles. They talking about me, people that understand me. I can't believe they understand the craziness that goes in my head. The therapeutic value of one addict helping another. There's nothing like it. It's without parallel. You understand? And so I came to NA. I got a sponsor. I got abstinent. I got clean. I was clean and crazy, and I was going crazy. And then I went on the journey of recovery, right? Abstinence and recovery are 2 different things. All right? Abstinence and recovery, 2 different things. I need to become abstinent in order to recover, but abstinence is not enough. Not for this addict. So I began the recovery journey, 12 steps. I stopped smoking cigarettes. I was smoking cigarettes. I stopped smoking cigarettes. It's not good for you. You're coughing. Okay. I stopped using profanity. That's just for me, right? I went to school. I got some credentials. I'm a drug addict from the streets of Brooklyn with a gun and a knife and jail and Rikers Island. And I became a professional, and I speak proper English, and I don't use profanity. And there's nothing wrong with using profanity. My journey. I said, I'm going to stop using profanity. because I choose to, because we don't moralize with each other here. If you curse, God bless you. There's a guy, they call him Effing George, right? And he's a loving, caring, powerful member in recovery. And he curses all the time, and we love him. I chose to stop cursing. I chose to stop smoking. I chose to, I took the gold teeth out of my mouth. I used to have gold teeth in my mouth. I used to walk around like I'm going to kill. I'm from Brooklyn. So Brooklyn, who could look the angriest? It's like who can look the angriest? I put a smile on my face, right? I got this crazy beard. I like the crazy beard, right? And I began to change by any means necessary. Now, I want to say this before my time is up. Bad things happen. My sponsor died. I had strokes. My mother died. I got a son that I raised him in NA, and he died of a drug overdose. Never seen me use. A day before his 20th birthday, he died of a drug overdose. We got to recover by any means necessary. I lost jobs. I lost relationships. I lost people I love. We still got to recover by any means. We can't let nothing stop us. By any means necessary means that no matter the obstacles, no matter the disappointment, no matter the self-inflicted pain or the pain of life on life's terms, no matter what people do, no matter what people say, nothing matters. What matters, I am responsible for my recovery. I need to make a meeting. I got to call somebody in recovery. I got to practice my program. No matter what happens, no matter what my sponsor does, what my home, listen, there's no more excuses for me. All right. I know that the lie is dead. Addicts are recovering in the Fellowship of Narcotics Anonymous. They're getting better. No matter what's happening to them, they're recovering. They're working through their situations. They're working through their issues. They're working through their mental health. They're working through relationship stuff. They're working through sexual stuff. They're working. The steps work, and we do recover. And so I want to let you know that just because I got clean and I came to meetings and I did a lot of service and I got a sponsor and I began, life still happens. And listen, I had to make recovery my number one priority in different phases of my life. When you get a wife, now I got a wife. No, recovery still got to come first by any means necessary. I got children. No, recovery still got to come first. And it looks different when you're married than when you're single. And it looks different when you have children and you're married and it looks different when you start your own business. But recovery still has to come first. And I had to always learn recovery first, Raymond. Without recovery, you have nothing. Don't forget that you didn't have your credentials. You wasn't a professional addict. Nobody would pay you to speak nowhere. You wouldn't be doing this. You wouldn't be doing that. You wouldn't be going to London or Israel or Africa or Sweden or Norway. Or you wouldn't be. If you wasn't a member of NA, you wouldn't have nothing. You wouldn't even have God, Raymond. Everything I got is because of NA. Everything. NA introduced me to myself. And I found out I'm a sick person. I need help. Oh, all right. I need to do more step work. Because when you get introduced to yourself and you find out who you really are, that happens in steps 4 and 5. You desperately need 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, all of them. So, and then I got a wife. I got a wife. I got a relationship with God. I got grandchildren. I just lost in Uno. I was the Uno champion this morning, and I lost my Uno championship to my granddaughter this afternoon. You understand? And I get to go with my grandkids, and I get to go have lunch with another recovering addict. I get to share my story at this beautiful event with you beautiful people and let people know that, addicts, even in Brooklyn, at 17 years old, crazier than a bed bug, got clean, stayed clean, was nuts. I was not using the steps for a couple of years. And then finally, I had a V8. I said, okay, we got to do step work. It's a little bit insane, Raymond, to be in a 12-step fellowship and not do 12 steps. Well, that's what I do. That's what people like me do. I will pay to go to this incredible gym, right? They got the sauna, they got massages, they got the state-of-the-art equipment, and I'll go to the gym and just drink from the water fountain and won't use nothing else, right? That's what it is being in NA, just making meetings. There's more available. So I've been able to experience an incredible a life of recovery, and I'm not done. I'm still learning. I'm still, you learn a little bit, you live a little bit, you learn stuff. I just did another 6 and 7 step. I still believe in step work. I believe in updated step work. Every year is important to do step work for me. I know what it is to have 6-year-old step work. That sucks. You know, when you haven't done step work for 6 years and 7 years, and you think that you're doing step work with all your sponsees, but you're not doing step work yourself, the disease can entice you and trap you and lie to you, and you wonder why you're bugging out. You stop doing step work. Where's your step work? And so I still do step work. I still do service, right? I just came. All right. So with my last 2 minutes, I want to let you know, check it out. During different times of my recovery, I had to recommit myself to recovery. I had to surrender all over again. There was times in my recovery I became a big shot. You know, I'm a big shot. Oh, I'm a big shot. I wrote a book. Oh, I became a number one best-selling author. Oh, I'm a big shot. You better make your meetings big shot. You know, oh, I got this great thing. I bought a house in Florida. Oh, I had to recommit. I had to learn that no matter what success looks like, no matter what your journey looks like, no matter how bad, how high, how low, whatever happens, recovery, Raymond, make sure that you're still calling your sponsor. Make sure that when was the last time, Raymond, when's the last time you took a pen and a paper and you answered a step question? When was the last time that you went over a step with your sponsor? You know, because I got a lot of sponsees. I got sponsees all over the world. So now I'm doing step work. When's the last time you did step work? So I want to let you know that we got to continue to recover no matter what. There's different phases and stages of recovery. Right? I recover. I can stop using drugs. Then I got started dealing with my mental illness, my crazy thinking, my emotional life, my past, my resentments, my bitterness, financial recovery. How do you practice principles in your money? How do you make money? You can't cheat no more. You can't lie no more. You can't have 100 dependents no more. You got to learn how to be honest and practice principles in all your affairs. That sounds like an incredible large order, but easy does it. One day at a time. You learn. So I've been able to experience incredible freedom in Narcotics Anonymous by working the program, working the steps. There's spiritual principles embodied in each step, learning how to apply them in my life, not just do homework with my sponsor, not just answer questions on a paper, not just talk like a parakeet at a meeting, but actually apply the spiritual principles when it's rough, when it hurts, when life sucks. That's the most important time to practice spiritual principles. So I know I got 1 minute left. I'm grateful to Narcotics Anonymous. I can't believe that I lost all my hair. I used to look like Menudo. There's a Puerto Rican boy band called Menudo. They have beautiful hair. I used to look like Menudo when I got clean. Now I look like Kojak. I don't know if you probably don't know what I'm talking about. It's okay, but you know I can't believe I'm still alive. I can't believe that I just came from my grandkids' house. My daughter got engaged. You know, I can't believe I'm getting on a plane September 29th. I'm going to London. Then I'm going to Turkey. Then I'm going to Norway. I'm going to North California. Then I'm going to Miami. I can't believe I used to be a crackhead. I couldn't get off the block. I could not get off the block. But Narcotics Anonymous works and we do recover. Thank you so much for inviting me. Somebody said Menudo. I'm an addict. My name is Raymond. Thank you. God bless you guys.